how y'all doing? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with an updated review. Actually, it's a comparison. It's not a review. A comparison between two Speedies, two different sizes. One of them is the Speedy 35, and the other one is the big mama of all the Speedies, the infamous Speedy 40, y'all. So we got 35 and 40. Okay, so just to refresh your memory on the measurements, and I'm just going to hold them up while I say it. So Speedy 40 is 16 inches wide by 10 inches tall by 8 inches deep. She a big mama, like I said. And then the 35 is 14 inches wide, 9 inches tall by 7 inches deep. So, and then I think the handle drop is the same. I actually didn't mark it on there, but it seems like, oh yeah, handle's 4 inches, that's right. Okay, so look, so see, this is how they look side to side like this. It is a little bit taller. Now sometimes, you know, when you're watching these videos, the bags don't really appear like the size they really are, you know, like, I mean, it gives you an idea, but in my opinion, it's still really hard to tell. I remember when I was looking for my very first Speedy bag, I cannot tell you how many videos I watched on the 40, on the 35, on the 30, like all of them, trying to get like an accurate idea. And anyway, that was another reason why I started my own channel or doing my own videos, is because I was frustrated with the reviews that I found. And so I wanted to do one that was, you know, had a lot more detail. So anyway, again, Speedy 35 and Speedy 40. So the Speedy 35 was actually my very first bag, and it's the one that I settled on. And at the time, I actually was not trying to decide between the 35 and the 40. I was trying to decide between the 35 and the 30. And so in my mind, at that time, I was like, oh, I'm going for the big mama. But then I was introduced to the 40. And so there's a special place in my heart for Speedy 40. I like big bags. This is a big mama. I mean, there's plenty of room in this bag. And I even tried it once in a bandeau. And I didn't care for the bandeau, number one, because I felt like it took away from just the classic look of the Speedy, right? And then the second reason was because all that leather just made it really heavy, and so I didn't care for it. But anyway, I did give it a try. That's not to say that I wouldn't do Speedy bandeau on the 35, because I actually did do a video recently on the Damier Bean Speedy 35 bandeau, and that one I could do, because it's not... I mean, you know, the 40 bandeau was just a little, it kind of pushed me over the top. Like, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough to push me over the top. Versus the 35 was, you know, it would have been fine. So, what was I going to tell you? Okay, so I'm sorry. Let me just go one more time. 16 inches wide, 10 inches tall, 8 inches deep. 14 inches wide, 9 inches tall, 7 inches deep. And they both have the 4-inch handle drop. And they both are vintage, and they both, you know, have the plain interior on the inside. It's just unlined. It's just the, I've got some paper in here right now. The one little pocket on the side, it's unlined. Now, as far as what I carry, these two bags are sufficient. This one is just gonna be, everything is a lot more loosey-goosey in this bag. Now, let me show you, for a while, I used my Truce bags, my Truce 28 and my Truce 23 separately, not together because it was super heavy, as bag organizers. And that worked, but those Truce bags can get kind of heavy because, you know, they are the waterproof material, and, you know, they're just kind of bulky. And so when you have that, you know, by itself, plus all your stuff in it, excuse me, it can make it a lot heavier, and then it made my bag heavy. So I kind of got away from that. So I did research on the bag organizers. I know how everybody talks about Samorga. Those are nice, but they're also pretty penny. And at the time, Mama was like, no, where can I cut corners? I'll spend money on the bag, but where can I cut corners on the organizer? And so I don't even remember how I found out about this one, but it's on Etsy. It's a bag organizer, just like the Samorga. It's by Original Club. And again, I got it off Etsy, and it took a while to get it. I mean, I want to say it was like, gosh, it could have even been 3 weeks. I don't remember. It was like literally 5 years ago. But as far as, I'm just going to put this down. As far as the one that I chose, I feel like, I don't want to say I had to completely customize it, but I think you had options. You know, like you could add pockets, or you could do this or do that. And so this is the one that I chose. It actually works well in the Neverfull GM too. I feel like I did try it in the Neverfull MM, and it just, you know, it kind of like did this because it was a little too big. But you can see that I chose all these little pockets all the way around. I think all of them go all the way, okay, no. So only the pockets on the very end go all the way through. So you can see my fingers down there. All of the other ones along the sides they don't go all the way through. They're actually sewn on 3 sides. So nothing's gonna, you could put something in here, it's not gonna fall at the bottom. These 2 pockets, I think were made for like water bottles and whatnot. And then what I really like, which kind of adds like extra organization, is this pocket on this side. It's a huge pocket, and I can put my calendar in here. And then when I'm reading, because you know Mama doesn't always read, and you know that's another video. But anyway, when I do, I have a book right here. I can fit it right here because there's plenty of room right here, and it doesn't like get in the way of the middle and whatnot. So I chose this, and I did like it. But see this again. Now this in and of itself isn't necessarily heavy, but you know when you're talking about a Speedy 40, you have to like cut corners where you can. Otherwise, the bag ends up heavy really quick. And since you only have on the traditional Speedy the one option, well, you can carry it hand carry or on the crook of your elbow, which by the way, I forgot to mention. As you can see, I'm wearing my pea coat only because I wanted to show you that I could actually get the Speedy over my sleeve. I'll show you that in just a second. But okay, so this serves a purpose for organization, but it also serves a purpose of kind of sort of having like a base organizer. Because if you go to my group page, I just posted today, I did a mod shot of me carrying my Speedy 40 with all my stuff in it, and she got sag, okay? She's saggy on the bottom, kind of like certain parts of my body. But anyway, and so some people don't care for that look. They don't care for the sagginess of the bottom. Now right now I took everything out, so obviously it's fine. But this will help with that a little bit. So I'm gonna stick it in here and kind of show you what it looks like with the organizer. So I just kind of go through phases, you know, like sometimes I want to use an organizer, sometimes I don't. Early on my channel, there are several videos on the Speedy 40 because I was like head over heels with the Speedy 40. I ended up doing all kinds of other different bags, and I've just recently started carrying this bag again. I say recently, today. And so I forgot how much I liked it. You know, again, it's like a tote on your arm. It's like an arm carry tote. Okay, so give me just a second. I'll put this, try to get this in here. And I chose this 2-tone color just because, you know, I just figured that if I used the monogram bag, it would match. If I did the damier bean, although I know they don't make a Speedy 40 in the damier bean, I know that. Although, at one point, that was available as a special order. They don't do that anymore. Anyway, yeah, see? Okay. Oh, I have a ribbon in here that I don't need. Okay. So here she is with the bag organizer in there, and she fits like a glove. She is a perfect fit. There you go. She's a perfect fit all the way around. And I love it because look, you've got, you know, between the organizer and the sidewall of the bag, you've got room. And then on the one side where I have the little slip pocket, you've got that. Plus you have the interior of the actual bag organizer itself. And then you have all this other stuff, all these other pockets around. Plus you still have your, you know, pocket here. So, and it's, you can see it sticks up a little bit higher. So the organizer goes up to about, well, if you're looking on the outside, it's about to right here. So right under the chaps, okay? So let me let you look at it again. I didn't actually try to see if it would fit in the 35. I'll get it out in just a second and show you. So let me just throw all my stuff in there really quick. Now the other day I posted a video. I was carrying my crossbody Torres Macassar. And because it's a little bit smaller, like depth-wise, I downsized my cute little Truce 18 to that, the envelope pouch that came from, that came from the Randoni. And that one conserves a lot of space because it's like envelope style, and so it's really thin. But when I went to carry the Speedy 40, everything gets swallowed up. So I'm like, oh, well, I can go back to this. So now I'm back to the Truce 18, which is a super cute bag, by the way. And then, of course, I always have my pochette. And I'm just putting these things in the middle part. Okay, look, I got my calendar. And I'm going to put that in that slip pocket that I told you about. That's on this side over here. And this actually makes it really convenient to get to as well. And so, you know, I've had issues. If you've been watching some of my last few videos, I have issues with, well, not issues, but some bags I can easily carry my little reader's case, and then some bags I really can't. The Torres makes it tricky because I don't want this to get, you know, squished. So I'm just going to stick this in one of those side pockets. I'm going to stick it on the one on the end that I told you each end is for like a water bottle. I can put that on one side with no trouble. Today, Mama got a headache, so she's got the big guns out. Actually, I'm not going to carry this around, but I just I just had it in there. I just wanted to show you. Okay, so then I have my zippy organizer, and I can just put, I'm still just right in the middle, putting everything. And then my little handmade pen case, and I'm going to put that in a, I'm going to show you all this. Hold on one sec. And then I have my little tissue holder, and then hand sanitizer can go in these other pockets. And then I forgot, I also have, you know, gum, and then my burnt bees. Okay, so this is kind of how I have it organized. See, I have the calendar over here, those sidewall pockets that I showed you. I've got the pen case here. I have the tissue holder next to it in that one. And then on this one down in here, I have the hand sanitizer. And then on the very end, I have the glasses case right here. I have the glasses case. And I don't have anything on the other side, but I always carry a water bottle. So I'm just gonna leave that open for a water bottle. And then of course in the middle, I have the Truce 18, the pochette, and the organizer. So this is how this looks, okay? And see how it doesn't really sag? Now there's a little bit, but not compared to the picture that I showed you. So let me just do like a wide shot, and I'm gonna actually hold the 35 as well. Okay, Lord, I hope I don't fall. Okay, I'm 5'6", by the way. And so now I can get it over my sleeve, but I have to do this. I have to do that and then do this, okay? Otherwise it pushes my sleeve up, and I don't like the way that looks. So see, this is how they look. Now, just so you know, all of the items that I put in this 40 do fit in the 35. They're a little more snug, but they do fit, okay? So I was gonna see if this organizer fits in the 35. I actually don't know. So the cool thing is, I think I can just take this whole organizer out. You know what, I'm kind of eyeballing it, and I'm eyeballing it, and I don't think it's gonna work. Let's just see. Hold on one second. I hate to have my back to you. I am so sorry. Okay, so that's one thing I like about these organizers is you can just kind of like pull them all out, pull the whole thing out, and you don't have to like, when you're changing purses, well, unless you're having downsides, of course. Okay, now I want you to also see, especially with the vintage Speedies, when they lose their shape overall, see? That is another way that the bag organizer helps, is it keeps everything. You don't really have this as much on newer Speedies because, you know, they're still nice and new and firm. But this is from 1984, and so she, you know, she's tired. She's still sturdy, don't get me wrong. But she, you know, she's lost her original shape, and that's where the bag organizer comes in handy. Okay, so let's see if this thing will fit. Okay, I am looking at it. I'm not even gonna try it, because look, here's what it looks like. I mean, the measurements are completely different, so obviously it's not, I mean, you can see this actually would fit right inside. If it weren't for the pockets that are inside the organizer, this would fit right down in there. So I'm not gonna shove the organizer in there. So, but you know, Original Club obviously has different sizes or whatever. But anyway, you know, normally if I'm carrying the 35, I still carry all these items. They're just, you know, kind of loosey-goosey, especially in Speedy, since there's no pockets or anything. And that doesn't bother me because, like I said, I have everything organized, you know, bags in my bags. So basically what it is I've got the 3 big items in the middle, my pochette, my Truce 18, my wallet, and then the little items that I have are just the pen case and the tissue holder. And actually, I can fit the tissue holder inside of the little Truce. I just was in a hurry last night, and so I didn't put it in there because it was actually in a different bag. So I didn't have it right with me. That's the only reason why it's not in there. And then my hand sanitizer, I actually just keep that in the Truce 18 as well, since the Speedy 40 doesn't have a pocket. I mean, it has the one little pocket, but I like to keep that open. It's so small. I don't want to have like all this junk in there. So anyway, I just put everything in the Truce 18. But yeah, mainly I just wanted to show you that this huge organizer will also fit Neverfull GM, anything that size. It actually did fit in the Raspel MM, because the Raspel MM is actually a size that's in between the Neverfull MM and the Neverfull GM. And so this did fit in there just fine. I haven't actually seen the Raspel GM in person, so I'm not sure if it would fit in there. This actually did fit into my Palermo GM, and also, what was the other big bag I had recently? Oh, the Cobus Alto. But it doesn't fit like a glove. Like, it still fits in there fine, but it's not like super, like it did in the 40. It doesn't fit exactly that snug. So anyway, again, this is a comparison between the 35 and the 40. Everything that I just showed you in that organizer fits just fine in the 35. It's just a little more, you know, snug in there. One more time. And see, right now in this video, this looks monstrous. It just comes down to preference. I mean, again, my very first bag was a 35. I've carried it for a while, and it's fine. It does the job. The 40 is just like, I don't know. I guess you're just going to like boss bag level when you do 40. And then some people asked me if the 40 was a travel bag. Okay, so technically it's not. I mean, people do use it for a carry-on, but it's not. This is the biggest size of the Speedies, and then you jump up to keep all 45 and whatnot, and it goes up from there. Anyway, okay, I'm already at 15 minutes, so I'll check y'all out later. Okay, bye!